what this defense is about. It's a difficult... to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
Looking downfield, it's Lacey. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. And the Hawkeyes decide to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He gets a block. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. So the USC Trojans offense takes the field for the first time in this game. Nico Iamaleava. Boy, did he put up numbers last time. Out through for more than 500 yards. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Now Iamaleava. Tight end finds a soft spot. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. The Trojans can really attack on this second and short. Bounced off his feet.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks. How about the linebackers swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. Maybe some room here. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to adjust the pattern. Throwing, Iamaleava. Lets it fly. Got a man in the middle. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, USC! Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Hawkeyes offense heads out to start this drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this punt, and he's got room. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. Handoff for Malton. Breaks the tackle. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. That kind of pickup on first down, and you can take a shot here on second and short. Throwing right. A strike downfield. There he goes down the right side. Touchdown, Hawkeye! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls, and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find their rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll, and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. The defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Right back to him on the ground. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Here's Iamaleava to throw. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And they get to the quarterback.
Guys, look at this. I'm surprised they're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th down. Iamaleava to throw for it on 4th. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out. This offense has it with really good field position. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Here's a give to Malton. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking for a man. It's Lacey. Working that wide receiver screen. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. And guys, they really need to make something happen on this 3rd and long. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. 3rd down is coming. Now a little bit farther to go after the penalty. He's looking downfield to throw. Under fire. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And the holder will place it down on the left hash. A 47-yard try coming. He's got it. Showing off that big leg from 47 yards out.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. On the move. Oh, he's got some space. We've had some early scores. They get the ball back, trailing by a field goal, 10-7. He's at the and he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Southern Cal! And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead.
Just hand it to him and let him do the work, man. Over 100 yards on the first half. That big, explosive play. That will do it. That will get you almost there. When you can hand it off to a guy like this and he can take it the distance, it makes play calling for an offensive guy, it's so much fun. It's easy. Hand it to him, he gone.
They'll start on the ground with Kamari Malton. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain. 6-yard pickup on 1st down, leaves him with 2nd and 4. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Scooped it, scored it, into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. That is a defensive player's dream. Ball sitting there, chance to scoop it up, run with it, and they don't stop you until the band starts playing. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Off play action on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Hand off Malton running left. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to throw. It's Lacey. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. Gets a turnover. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Send the tight end in motion. Play fake, Nico Iamaleava. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
Each and every week, I think this coaching staff does such a good job of scheming ways to get this guy the football in the passing game, and defenses can't cover him. With that last catch, this is now his 10th receiving touchdown on the season.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Kamari Malton. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Oh, they're after him. Snagged out of the air. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Interception, and things are going from bad to worse. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Looking for a crease to the left. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He wants to change this route. Iamaleava. He's going for it all. Hauls it in down the sideline. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. The Trojans right after the huge play through the air back to the line. Get it out on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Quickly to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Coming to the line, looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 29. From the gun on 3rd down, Iamaleava. Quick completion on the out. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Just about ready to get things started here in the 2nd. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They'll move the tight end. Play action. Iamaleava unloads to the wideout. He's got it. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, USC. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up 35-10.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Fights off a defender. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. They'll line up for a 2nd down play.
Ready. Move 30. Move.
Looking to fire. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Lacey. They get to him as he throws. Oh, he dropped it. He had the pick in his hands and a chance for one of his patented big plays, and he couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. Punt is in the air. Here's the return. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You've put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills, and they've got it at the receiver position.
There he goes! Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Southern Cal! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And with that latest touchdown, he's looking to etch his name alongside the Trojan Immortals at quarterback.
Yeah, and there's so many stars that have played quarterback at USC that when they get the ball and they do their damage, guess what? They win big-time trophies. And this guy, you have days like this, week in and week out, you will be recognized as the best player in college football.
And here comes the Iowa offense ready to go to work. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Oh, the offense fortunate to fall on that one, and they'll live to fight another play. The Hawkeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. And the Hawkeyes send out the punt unit. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Tight end now in motion. Throwing, Iamaleava. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Fires to the tight end. Good, solid tackle. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Fires to the wideout. Complete downfield. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. And the have it with a 1st and 10. Again, it's Iamaleava. Throws to the wideout. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion. So now it's 2nd and long. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Here's Iamaleava to throw. This time it's complete. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. The Trojans, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Looking downfield, it's Iamaleava. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Right on the money, and he makes the grab in the end zone. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Iowa has the ball back on offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He's got him. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They got 3 on the last pass. Here comes 2nd and 7. Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to fire on 2nd down. He lobs one high down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. Trying to pick up a 1st down. Defense in press coverage. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Hawkeyes will punt this one away. Not a lot of room him to field this one. They stop him immediately, flying down the field and get to him before he can even get started. Here comes the USC offense to get this drive underway. Iamaleava escapes the pressure to his right. They wrap him up. He tried to get back to the line of scrimmage, but he's stuffed in the backfield. We'll see if they can get a little better protection after the sack at 2nd and 12. He might want another play. Play fake, Iamaleava. Under fire. And down he goes.
And finally, you're seeing some life from the defense. They've been struggling all game long up to this point, but back-to-back sacks on 2 consecutive plays, they're at least still trying to fight back in this game.
Stands in and takes the hit. Makes a deep grab. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. They drop him at the 47-yard line, but he'll have plenty to move the sticks. Throwing, Iamaleava. Stepping to the right. Throwing on the run. Got it. And he will score! Touchdown, Trojans! Hey, seriously, what do you do against this guy? He is everything you want in a quarterback.
And you can prepare for him all week, and you can put a wide receiver at quarterback to be scout team, but you just can't replicate a guy that can buy time, scramble around, break tackles, and then all of a sudden chuck the ball down the field and make you pay. Just too elite of a playmaker. You just got to find a way to get him on the ground early when you get those opportunities.
Runs through a tackle. Shakes a man, and he might take off. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Lacey. Found a little bit of room and picked up 8 before he was stopped. And that'll take us to the 2-minute timeout. And the Hawkeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Handoff from Alton. Finding some room. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Iowa! Boy, did he just scorch that defense with that skirt.
He shows you all of it, Reese. He's got the speed, he's got the agility. This dude's a big-time playmaker. You just give him the ball, and he'll find different ways to kill you on different plays.
On the run from inside his own 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. Let's check in quickly with Holly Rowe.
Hey guys, checking in from the USC sideline. There is a lot of excitement right now on the sideline. I see their quarterback going up to guys and saying, let's keep eating. This is what they expected from him, and he has gotten them off to a terrific start. They've got the lead, and he has performed well. No big surprise. He is their guy, and he is showing that leadership down here today. Back to you.
Okay, Holly. He now has 115 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been... He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Catch and stride inside the 15. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Wide out trying to get it in. And they pick up just a few on that completion. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. I'd be calling a hot route. To throw, it's Iamaleava. Touchdown USC! And they take it in for 6 more points. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Iowa has it back on offense, hoping to ride the wave to the end zone. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe and that ball's free behind the line. defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. Great place to start for this offense. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Here comes the heat. Chase to the right. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Got some room and goes upstairs. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Southern Cal.
And, man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. Takes it in. Touchdown, Trojans. The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. The scoop and score. What a lift it can give to the defense. Not content to get the ball. They wanted to do something with it, and they did. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. They'll start on the ground with Kamari Malton. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. At the line of scrimmage, but they won't snap it here. They're going to use a timeout instead. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Hawkeyes want to move quickly.
They run it, they get the first down, and look at the offense. Right back on the football.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Iamaleava. Pressure coming. Gets rid of it. On target. He works his way up to the 33 and is pushed out of bounds. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. It's Iamaleava. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. From the gun on 3rd down, Iamaleava. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. And the Trojans will line up to punt it away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. And he coughs it up inside the 20. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. They'll start on the ground with Kamari Malton. He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Just about set to get this second half underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling. Iamaleava on the play action. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And those outside linebackers nowadays, they're so fast. They got to cover ground. You can blitz them off the edge, and they can get after quarterbacks. Versatile. That's why they're getting drafted so high in the NFL and getting paid all that money.
Complete in the middle. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. The Trojans come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. Throwing, Iamaleava. Quick strike complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Well, will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Single back formation, and they give it to him. There's some room. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. And the Trojans are moving quickly down the field. To the air, it's Iamaleava. Unloads it left. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Chopping up this defense, and they've got it all the way down to the 23. The Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. They use those back-to-back explosives to set him up 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Touchdown, Trojans! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Hawkeyes offense heads out to start this drive. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Breaks into the open. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Fires to the big fella. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. The run inside. It's Phillips. The draw draws nothing except a swarm of tacklers. He's stopped immediately. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun. Wants to pass. And it's picked off at the goal line. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. The run to the left. Very useful run there to get away from the goal line. He'll pick up 4 out to the 6. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
And an early completion for this dude, but you'll see a lot of that. I mean, he's been unreal this season, like spreading the football around, multiple guys. Every game you look up, he's putting up huge numbers. This offense is built around his ability to throw the football, and that's why he's one of the best in all of college football.
With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly, maybe picked up 1 on the play. They'll go 4 wide, 3 to the left on 2nd and 8. Back to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Upstairs, he's got it. And that one looked as if it might go all the way, but they picked up more than 40 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle. Iamaleava. Got him downfield. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
And how about the year he's put together? I mean, he is in the top 10 in passing in college football, obviously. And obviously, they're talking about him for the Heisman. But just a guy you've been able to trust, a dynamic passer.
Touchdown, USC! And they take it in for 6 more points. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Iowa offense ready to go to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. Just ran him over. He gets it out to the 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the first down. And the Hawkeyes line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Takes it on the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. They'll try the run. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for you.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing, Imaliava. Now moving to his right, looking for anyone that's open. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. Back to throw. It's Imaliava. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play, they'll go back to the air. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. Trying to pick up a first down. Imaliava from the gun on 3rd down. Fires to the wideout. On target to the left. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Trojans go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Here's Imaliava to throw. Moving out to the right. He'll throw it. Picked off again. He's now thrown 20 interceptions. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. He's running free down the middle. He's at the touchdown, Hawkeye. The defense putting points on the board.
How about a game-changing play for this defense? Stepping in front of the football and knowing what to do with it, taking it all the way to the end zone.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Quarterback making adjustments. They're going to throw it to start the drive. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Imaliava escapes the pressure going right. He throws back to the left side. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Here's a heat. Fires on the move. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete to the right. That's his first catch of the season. They believe he is a freshman who can contribute a lot early. Wants to throw on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. Shakes off the defender. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. The Hawkeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Lofts one deep down the right side. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Well, they didn't let him get loose for a big return, but he still made the big play, and they'll take over at the 17. Here comes the Trojan offense ready to go on the attack. And after that interception, things quite comfortable. Big lead, clock winding down. They should be able to take care of it. He wants to take the top off. He holds it in, and nobody's close. And he picks up a huge chunk of yards on that play before he's finally hauled down. They used a chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Makes the catch. Wide open spaces. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. The Trojans line it up with a 1st and goal. Throwing, Imaliava. Looking for the score. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Imaliava to the air again. Looking for the goal line. Touchdown, Southern Cal. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
Well, this guy certainly, from a statistical standpoint, has done everything to deserve a trip to New York City. He has been a big playmaker week in, week out for this offense. Get this, that last touchdown was his 20th touchdown catch of the season. This guy has been unstoppable.
Ready, go! Ready, go!
Looking to throw on 1st down. And that is interception number 3 on the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that 1st down pass, and it never had a chance.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Play fake, Nico Iamaleava. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
A good job by this defense. Great job in the secondary. Eyes on the quarterback. They took away the first option, made him go to option 2, made him go through his progression, and then they got time to get home and get a hit on the quarterback.
Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. And the Trojans come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Nico Iamaleava throwing again. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. There he goes. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are 1st and goal. Here's Iamaleava to throw. It's caught. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. They love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's 3rd and goal. From the gun on 3rd down, Iamaleava gets it into the end zone, but there's a flag down. We'll see if this one is coming back. Maybe a momentary scare for that offense when they saw the flag. It's on, the defense declined, and the touchdown stands. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. So that drive covered 40 yards, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The corners are walked up tight. They'll run it on the counter. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. The throw. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete. Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He hurls one deep down the left side. He's got it down the field. Here he goes. The tag. Touchdown, Iowa. Rolling into the end zone, and this crowd was eating it up.
Well, it's good to finally see this offense have a little bit of success because that has not been the case in this game. Nothing has gone their way. They keep shooting themselves in the foot. You know, guys, coaches are always trying to find things to build on, and this is at least something late in this game, scoring that touchdown that hopefully helps build their confidence the next time they take the field.
Let's go down to the sideline and Holly.
Hey guys, checking in from the USC sideline. The team is rallying around their quarterback. He has been terrific today. Every time he comes off the field, they're patting him on the back, making sure he knows that he is their guy. His performance has been stellar. Not a big surprise, but still, the way he's shown up and shown some composure and poise, the guys are rallying and loving what they're seeing from their QB. Back to you.
All right, Holly. The Trojans decide to use their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Quarterback making checks. Motion from the back. Iamaleava. He lobs one high down the left side. Catch inside the 25. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Makes the grab. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. Last completion picked up a couple. Here comes 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Flushed out of the pocket. Trying to make magic with his feet. They get him corralled, but he carries it all the way down to the 7-yard line. They've really got this offense humming. Just the 4th play of the drive, and it's 1st and goal. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they have this game in hand right now, but we'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. The Trojans will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Throwing, Iamaleava. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Trying to find the end zone. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get conserved because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's going to lose a yard on that one. They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Here we go. Ready? Blue 22. Blue 20. Go.
Looking to fire. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by USC. It's their second. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. And the Hawkeyes will call on their punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Going to field this one in tight quarters. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. What a feeling this has to be, David, in complete control and headed toward victory formation.
Yeah, no stress, under a couple minutes left in the ball game, well in hand. These are the ones, Jesse, you like to just run the clock, take a knee, whatever you want.
No doubt. They're going to love watching this game film, too. There's just so many positives to take away from this, and this is the kind of performance today that is really going to help this offense's confidence.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Lets it fly. He's got it inside the 15. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called guys offensively all game long or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
Bringing it back. And the returner will be knocked down. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Running inside, it's Phillips. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they weren't on the same level in this game.
I think that was a pretty good statement game for these guys. I mean, you're ranked higher, you're more talented. A lot of people point to this game, possible upset, 2 really good teams. Jesse, they made it clear. There's only one really good team. It was them. They were the favorite, and they just made a point of it.
You're right. Not all ranked teams are created equal. One of these teams is a college football playoff contender. The other simply is not. And that demonstrated itself today. The higher-ranked team is a team with national championship aspirations. They've got so much talent. They look good today.